So for this assignment, we're going to be creating a slideshow in Photoshop using the video timeline. So I'm going to make a new document, and I'm under Film and Video. I want 1920 by 1080, which is a typical screen size. And I'm creating a blank document. So you want to make sure your timeline's open. So go to Window, Timeline, and you want the Create Video Timeline button. So I'm going to click that once. Creates my timeline. I'm going to add my photos to my slideshow. So to do that, we're going to click this little arrow next to this little video icon, and we're going to add media, and I'm going to go to my slideshow folder, select all these images, hit open, and you see it'll add these to my slideshow. But it also added the background layer, so I'm going to just delete that. So I'm going to click this first frame, delete it, and you see I have all my pictures in here. So we're going to add some transitions and some audio to make this look a little nicer. We're also going to add some effects, which is called the Ken Burns effect, after Ken Burns. It kind of adds the illusion of motion to a still graphic. So we're going to add that to add a little interest to our slideshow. So right now my preview is pretty condensed down here, so I'm going to click this button here a couple times so I can see my images, and now we're going to do some work. So the little arrow here, we're going to click on that. This is where we're going to add our little motions. You have several to choose from: pan and zoom, rotate, rotate and zoom. I'm going to choose rotate and zoom, and just leave it with the defaults. Hit return. I'm going to do that for each one. But for this one, I'm going to do counterclockwise. So every other one's going to rotate a different way. Okay, so I have my little motions. So now when you scrub through the video by dragging the playhead, you'll see it's got some motion to it. Pretty cool. So now we want some nice transitions instead of them just stopping and switching. And the transitions are set up here. And we're going to do a crossfade. You can experiment with these. But you just drag these out in between the frames or the clips. I'll add a crossfade. Now at the end, we want it to fade to black. So fade to black right here. Drag it to the end. So now when we scrub through, we have a little crossfade there. It's pretty cool. And then we have our fade to black. So now we're going to add some audio. This is the audio track layer. So we're going to click the button, add audio. And you can get some audio from YouTube. You can rip it off of YouTube. You want to look for copyright-free music. Music clip. Here we go. Now you see the music clip's a little longer than my slideshow, so I'm going to drag this to match, and I want it to fade to 0 as far as volume. So I'm going to click this arrow. I want it to fade out. Actually, I'm going to fade in too. I'm going to fade in 2 seconds, fade out 3 seconds. Let's see how that sounds. So let's preview it. So when you have it the way you want it, you go to the hamburger menu over here and you go to render video. And this will create a video of your slideshow that you can share on social media or share it with your friends. Just name it. MP4 is pretty universal. You can select a folder and tell it where to save it, and then hit render, and it will render your video.